It turns out that wearing headphones while sleeping will not only not damage your hearing, but can also save your life at a critical moment. A bug wanted to invade the boy's brain, but was blocked by the headphones, so it tried to enter through the nostrils. But suddenly the immune system came to reject it and saved the boy again. But the parasite would not give up like this, so it got up and drilled into the boy's arm. Fortunately, the boy concentrated his wits and strangled his arm with the 9.9 yuan headphones he bought on Pinduoduo. The parents next door heard the noise and rushed to check. The boy explained that a poisonous snake wanted to drill into his hand, but his parents thought the child was talking in his sleep. When the boy stretched out his hand to take a look, he found that the hole had disappeared in one breath, and he didn't even feel any pain. But the next day, he found something wrong. When a female classmate played a prank on him, he could use his right fingernails without any work and even greeted the female classmate in a friendly manner. But he clearly remembered that he did not reach out his hand. What is even more strange is that Xingyi was clearly dozing off in class, but his right hand under the table was actually playing with his mobile phone. After school, when he saw a little girl in danger, he could even bend down to take over a piece of equipment. Xingyi looked at his right hand. What kind of monster is this? He ran back home in a panic and wanted to cut off his right hand with a knife, but the next second, the back of his hand split open and turned into an alien creature he had never seen before. But Xingyi still did not give up and decisively chose to sneak attack. But this time, even the machete broke, and Xingyi was scared to death. As a male high school student in the 21st century, he is afraid of even a bug, let alone what it feels like to have this creature parasitizing on his right hand. Xingyi slept in fear for another night, but when he woke up, he found that his right hand was reading human books. The parasitic beast claimed to be an alien. It originally wanted to parasitize Xingyi's brain, but this kid was really lucky, so it had to parasitize on his arm. Now the two sides have become a symbiotic relationship. If one of them is lost, they can no longer be called complete individuals. Xingyi had no choice but to accept this fact, but his life has changed dramatically. Not only has his appetite increased greatly, but he can even catch the bugs he used to be most afraid of with his bare hands and release them. His parents were dumbfounded and couldn't believe that this was their child. But when Xingyi was about to go to school, Xiaoyu suddenly stopped him because he sensed the breath of his own kind. But Xingyi was still scared and turned away, but Xiaoyu grabbed the electric pole directly. Xingyi had to go now. Finally, they found a conversation at a corner. Unexpectedly, it was a dog eating its own kind. It turned out that he, like Xiaoyu, failed to invade the human brain, so he fell into picking up garbage in the garbage dump to eat. But you must not underestimate this dog. It can actually grow huge wings. But such an awesome parasitic beast actually met an even more amazing one. Xiaoyu turned into a 100-meter-long palm and took away the puppy's heart in an instant. It turned out that parasitic beasts like humans cannot survive without a heart. This is also what Xiaoyu learned from the book. But now with the appearance of Xiaoyu, he is no longer the useless boy, and he captured the goddess with a perfect 3-point shot. Now he finally had the chance to apologize to the goddess in person for what happened last time, but Li Mei didn't blame him and instead asked Xingyi to have dinner together. But this brought back the memories of his classmate Xiao Shuai, who had always had a crush on Li Mei. Without saying a word, the other party punched Xingyi in the face. The cowardly Xingyi didn't fight back, but Xiaoyu couldn't stand it anymore and beat Xiao Shuai to a pulp, and Xiao Shuai was so scared that he screamed like a pig. Xingyi was still not satisfied after finishing the job and actually started moving around in the bathroom and couldn't stop at all with Xiaoyu's help. But Xingyi just wanted to live a normal life, but he was hit by the nameless creature on his right hand. He usually tried his best to make himself look like a normal person, but what he didn't expect was that he was still possessed by the devil. This is definitely the most bizarre parasitic beast in history. When he met the enemy, he actually cut off his right hand first, and then let the blood flow all over the ground. This strange anger made Xingyi stunned, but do you think the man is really stupid? In fact, he is a tactical genius because Xingyi only had the parasite on his right hand. So in order to make Xingyi's right hand surrender to him, he decisively cut off his right hand. Once there are two parasitic beasts in one body, their combat power will be greatly improved. But even if the man is sincere, Xiaoyu is unmoved because he doesn't know whether he can succeed. So, for his own safety, he stands on Xingyi's side. The man saw that Xiaoyu had not moved, and he planned to kill Xingyi first so that even if Xiaoyu disagreed, there would be nothing he could do. But just when he launched the attack, Xiaoyu immediately swung out countless blades, and in just a moment the man was torn into pieces, and even his only head was frozen through. Before he died, the man didn't understand why Xiaoyu suddenly took action, and looked at Xiaoyu, who had turned back into his right hand. Although Xiaoyu's words were very cold, Xingyi believed that Xiaoyu was still on his side. This is the most powerful existence among the parasites, a comrade with the pen-tip god. When other parasites were commanding mindless killing, he had already disguised himself as a teacher and sneaked into the school. At this time, Yu hurriedly reminded Xingyi to be vigilant, but Xingyi just secretly glanced at the teacher and was discovered by the other party in an instant. Fortunately, the other party did not intend to kill, otherwise everyone present would have died. But this abnormal operation made Xiaoyu very puzzled. Obviously, his head was taken away, but he could still perfectly preserve everything before being parasitized, and he could restrain the desire to kill humans. Could it be that the other party wanted to integrate into the human world? But it was obvious that the other party must have a purpose for disguising himself as a teacher. Sure enough, when the bell rang, the other party asked Xingyi to go to the office. If he didn't go, he would kill everyone in the school. Xingyi had no choice but to bite the bullet. But when he came to the office with the determination to fight, the other party just invited him to have a cup of coffee. Although he knew that things might not be that simple, he could only go to the coffee shop, as the other party said. While waiting, Xiaoyu instantly sensed the danger. There were not just one, but two parasitic beasts coming. Xiaoyu was on alert in an instant, and the man brought by the teacher was also ready to attack. Fortunately, the teacher stopped him at the critical moment. He was not here to fight. It turned out that the parasitic teacher not only suppressed his bloodthirsty desire, but he even gave birth to a child with Mr. Yi. He wanted to know what the parasitic beasts gave birth to. That's right, the children born by the parasitic beast turned out to be normal humans, which made him even more confused about his identity as a parasitic beast. They obviously had no reproductive ability, but they kept killing each other. Does such a species really exist in the world? However, before the teacher could finish his words, the gentleman who closed the table could not stand it anymore. In his eyes, no matter who he was, he would kill anyone who stood in his way of hunting. Watching the teacher walk away, the teacher felt that there was no need to talk any further. But before leaving, he warned Shinichi that because of the human nature of seeking death, it would be best for Shinichi not to go against him. Although he still wanted to retain his human identity, once he provoked him, he would kill Shinichi as easily as a spoon.